The church doors slammed shut behind her, the echo reverberating like a death knell as her parents drove away without a backward glance, leaving 15-year-old Alea shivering on the stone steps in the pouring rain. She clutched her soaked backpack, the one filled with crumpled notes from her secret girlfriend, the evidence that had sparked the family's rage and her sudden exile for sinning against God. But as the storm raged, a warm light spilled from the vestibule and Reverend Elena, with her kind eyes and outstretched hand, pulled Alea inside, whispering words that would reshape her shattered world. "You're safe now, child, let me show you how to heal." Alea huddled in the pews that first night, her body racked with sobs that seemed to shake the very foundations of the old New England church. Elena, the pastor who had dedicated her life to this small congregation in rural Massachusetts, watched over her with a mixture of pity and resolve. At 42, Elena was a beacon of quiet strength. Widowed young, childless, and fiercely devoted to her faith, she had turned her personal losses into a ministry of compassion. "Why me?" Alea whispered through chattering teeth as Elena draped a blanket over her shoulders. "Because sometimes God sends us the broken to remind us of His mending," Elena replied softly, her voice like a lullaby against the thunder outside. In the days that followed, Alea learned the rhythms of church life, helping Elena with sermons and community outreach while grappling with the raw wound of abandonment. Her parents, staunch conservatives from a nearby suburb, had discovered her kissing her classmate Sarah in the backyard, and deemed it an unforgivable betrayal of their evangelical values. "We can't have that in our home," her father had snarled, his face twisted in disgust, while her mother wept silently, unable to meet her eyes. The drive to the church was silent torture, punctuated only by her father's final words. "Maybe the Reverend can pray the devil out of you." But Elena didn't pray for change. Instead, she listened. Late-night talks in the parsonage kitchen became Alea's lifeline, where Elena shared stories of her own youthful doubts about love and identity. "Healing isn't about erasing who you are," Elena said one evening over herbal tea. "It's about embracing it with grace." As weeks turned to months, Alea found solace in Elena's guidance. The pastor taught her to channel her pain into helping others, volunteering at the local shelter, organizing youth groups where kids like her could share without judgment. Alea's sharp wit and empathy drew people in. She had Elena's auburn hair inherited from some distant relative, but her green eyes held a fire that spoke of unspoken battles. Yet, beneath the surface, doubts festered. Why had her family thrown her away like trash? Was her love truly a sin? Or was the real evil in their rejection? Elena noticed the shadows in Alea's gaze and encouraged her to journal, to pour out the turmoil. "Words can be weapons or bombs," she advised. "Choose wisely." High school became a battlefield. Whispers followed Alea in the hallways. Rumors spread by Sarah, who, terrified of her own parents' reaction, had denied everything and painted Alea as the aggressor. "She's the one who started it," Sarah hissed to friends, her betrayal cutting deeper than any parental decree. Alea confronted her in the locker room one afternoon, heart pounding. "How could you? We were in this together." Sarah's eyes darted away, voice trembling. "I can't lose my family like you did. I'm sorry." The words hung heavy, a first taste of the sacrifices love demanded. Alea stormed out, tears blurring her vision, only to find Elena waiting in the parking lot. "Pain like this tests us," Elena said, pulling her into a hug. "But it also forges us stronger." By 17, Alea had blossomed under Elena's care, earning a scholarship to a nearby community college. She majored in psychology, drawn to understanding the human heart's complexities, much like Elena's sermons dissected scripture. Their bond deepened. Elena became the mother Alea never truly had, teaching her to cook hearty stews and debate theology late into the night. But cracks appeared in the facade. Elena's congregation, a mix of progressive souls and traditional holdouts, began murmuring about the troubled girl living with the pastor. "Is it appropriate?" one elder questioned during a board meeting. Elena stood firm. Compassion isn't optional, it's commanded. Yet, privately, she worried about Alea's future, about her own lingering loneliness since her husband's death a decade ago. One crisp autumn day, Alea met Jordan at a campus LGBTQ+ support group. Jordan, 20, with short dark curls and a laugh that lit up rooms, was everything Alea had dreamed of. open, unapologetic, studying art with a passion for social justice. Their first conversation sparked over shared stories of rejection. Jordan's family, immigrants from a conservative background, had threatened to cut ties if she didn't straighten out. "But I won't hide," Jordan declared, her brown eyes fierce. Alea felt a pull, a warmth she hadn't known since Sarah. They exchanged numbers and soon, coffee dates turned into walks along the Charles River, hands brushing tentatively. As their connection grew, Alea confided in Elena, expecting support. But Elena's response was measured. "Be careful, Alea. The world isn't kind to love like yours." It stung, a subtle shift that planted seeds of doubt. Was Elena's faith limiting her acceptance? Meanwhile, Alea's biological parents reached out via a terse email, demanding she repent for a family reunion. The message reopened old wounds. "We've prayed for you. Come home changed." Alea deleted it, but the anger simmered, fueling her resolve to live authentically with Jordan. Tensions escalated when Jordan invited Alea to a pride event in Boston. The vibrancy, flags waving, crowds cheering, filled Alea with joy. But a photo posted online caught her parents' eye. They showed up at the church unannounced, confronting Elena. "You've enabled this abomination," her father bellowed in the sanctuary. Elena, calm but resolute, barred their entry to Alea. "She's under my protection now." The standoff left Alea trembling in the back room, overhearing every word. That night, she and Jordan shared their first kiss under the stars, a defiant act of healing. But as Alea lay awake, she wondered, was this love worth the chaos it unleashed? The kiss lingered in Alea's mind like a promise, but reality intruded swiftly. Jordan's enthusiasm for their budding romance clashed with Alea's cautious heart, scarred by betrayal. "We don't have to hide," Jordan urged during a late-night phone call, her voice bubbling with excitement. "Let's make it official, tell everyone." Alea hesitated, glancing at Elena's closed study door where the pastor pored over sermon notes. "It's not that simple, Elena. She's been everything to me." Jordan sighed, a hint of frustration creeping in. "She's not your jailer, Alea. She's your guardian." The next morning over breakfast, Alea broached the subject. "I met someone," she said tentatively, stirring her oatmeal. Elena set down her coffee mug, her expression unreadable. "Tell me about her." As Alea described Jordan's vibrancy, Elena nodded thoughtfully. "She sounds wonderful. But remember, love in our world comes with battles. Are you ready for them?" The words felt like a warning, not encouragement, stirring unease in Alea's chest. Was Elena projecting her own fears? The pastor had never remarried, citing devotion to her calling, but Alea sensed deeper layers, perhaps a suppressed part of herself, buried under layers of doctrine. College life amplified the conflicts. Alea's psychology classes delved into identity formation, challenging her to confront the internalized shame from her abandonment. In group therapy sessions, she shared her story, tears flowing as peers offered solidarity. Jordan attended one, her presence a balm, but afterward she pressed, "Why hold back? Your parents don't define you." Alea snapped, "Easy for you to say, yours haven't disowned you yet." The argument escalated in Jordan's dorm, voices rising until Jordan stormed out. "Call me when you're ready to fight for us." Alone, Alea crumpled, questioning if her past would forever sabotage her future. Reconciliation came via a heartfelt apology text, leading to a make-up picnic in the park. Jordan's forgiveness was swift, her embrace fierce. "We're in this together," she whispered. Their relationship deepened, stolen moments turning into weekends away. But whispers reached Elena through church gossip, elders questioning Alea's influence on youth programs. "She's living openly now," one deacon muttered. Elena defended her fiercely at meetings. "Judge not, lest ye be judged." Yet, privately, she confided in her journal about her growing concern, not for Alea's soul, but for the backlash that could dismantle her ministry. A pivotal moment arrived when Alea's parents filed for custody revocation, claiming Elena was indoctrinating their daughter into sin. The letter arrived certified mail, shaking the parsonage. "They want me back to fix me," Alea said bitterly, crumpling the paper. Elena's face paled. At her age, fighting a legal battle could exhaust her resources. "We'll face this," she assured, but the strain showed in her weary eyes. Jordan rallied, connecting Alea with LGBTQ+ legal aid. "This is war," Jordan declared, her activism igniting. Together they prepared statements, Alea's resolve hardening. The hearing loomed, a storm cloud over their lives. In court the atmosphere was electric. Alea's father testified first, his voice booming. "We entrusted her to the church to be saved, not corrupted." Her mother avoided eye contact, dabbing tears. Elena took the stand next, her testimony poignant. "Alea isn't broken, she's blooming. Abandonment isn't love. It's cruelty." Alea's turn came, heart racing as she spoke. "You threw me away because I love differently. Elena taught me that's not a flaw." The judge ruled in their favor, citing Alea's nearing adulthood and Elena's stable guardianship. Victory tasted sweet, but the rift with her family widened irreparably. Post-hearing, celebrations with Jordan felt triumphant, yet hollow. "We won," Jordan beamed, clinking glasses. Alea forced a smile, but Elena's quiet withdrawal nagged at her. That evening, Elena confessed over tea. "I envy your courage, Alea. I once loved someone. Unconventionally, but I chose the church." The revelation hung heavy. A hint of Elena's own suppressed desires, perhaps for a woman long ago. Alea's mind reeled. Was Elena's guidance laced with personal regret? As graduation approached, Alea landed an internship at a Boston counseling center for queer youth. Jordan, finishing her degree, dreamed of cohabiting. "Let's get an apartment, start our life." The idea thrilled Alea, but Elena's subtle disapproval surfaced. "Don't rush. Stability first." Tension simmered, culminating in a heated dinner where Jordan challenged Elena. "You're holding her back with your fears." Elena's retort was sharp. "I've protected her when no one else would." Alea mediated, torn between loyalties. The breaking point came when church elders demanded Elena distance herself from Alea's lifestyle or risk her position. "The congregation is divided," they warned. Elena faced a moral crossroads, her calling versus her adopted daughter. In a tearful confrontation she told Alea, "I can't lose you, but I can't lose this either." Alea felt betrayed. Echoes of her parents' rejection. "Choose," she pleaded. Elena's silence spoke volumes, pushing Alea toward a painful decision. The ultimatum echoed in Alea's ears as she packed a bag that night. Jordan waiting in the car outside. "I can't stay where I'm a liability," Alea said through tears, hugging Elena tightly. The pastor's eyes brimmed with sorrow. "This isn't goodbye, it's growth." But as Alea drove away, the rearview mirror captured Elena's solitary figure on the porch, a symbol of the sacrifices faith demanded. Boston's city lights welcomed them, but the move carried a weight of unresolved grief. Their new apartment, a cozy one-bedroom in Cambridge, became a sanctuary. Jordan's artwork adorned the walls, vibrant abstracts reflecting their love. Alea threw herself into her internship, counseling teens navigating similar storms. "Your story inspires them," her supervisor noted. Yet, sessions often mirrored her own turmoil, triggering nightmares of abandonment. Jordan was her anchor, their evenings filled with shared dreams. Marriage equality rallies, future travels. "We're building something real," Jordan murmured during quiet moments. But cracks formed. Jordan's family, upon learning of the relationship, issued an ultimatum: end it or face disownment. "They're flying in from California," Jordan confided, anxiety etching her features. The visit was tense, a dinner where her parents grilled Alea. "What future do you offer our daughter?" Alea defended their bond. "One of honesty and love." Jordan's mother scoffed. "Love? This is confusion." The argument escalated, Jordan torn between defending Alea and placating her kin. "Please understand," she begged them. Their departure left Jordan shattered. "I can't lose them." In the aftermath, Jordan withdrew, burying herself in art projects. Alea felt the distance, echoing Elena's warnings. "Talk to me," Alea urged one night. Jordan exploded. "You don't get it, your family's already gone. Mine's still fighting for me." The word stung, revealing underlying resentments. Alea stormed out, wandering Boston's streets, questioning if love was worth perpetual conflict. Reconciliation attempts faltered when Alea discovered Jordan confiding in an ex-girlfriend online, seeking solace. "It's just talking," Jordan insisted when confronted, but the messages hinted at emotional intimacy, a betrayal that gutted Alea. "After everything," she whispered, voice breaking. Jordan's tears flowed. "I'm scared, Alea, of losing everyone." They parted that night in silence, the apartment feeling cavernous. Seeking clarity, Alea visited Elena unannounced. The pastor welcomed her warmly, but the church felt different. Attendance down, whispers of scandal. "The elders pressured me," Elena admitted. "But I stood by you in my heart." Alea poured out her troubles, Jordan's wavering the fresh wounds. Elena listened, then shared her secret. "I loved a woman once in seminary. I chose the cloth over her, and it haunts me." The confession bridged their gap, Elena urging, "Don't repeat my mistakes. Fight for love but know its cost." Emboldened, Alea returned home to a contrite Jordan. "I choose you," Jordan vowed, cutting ties with her unsupportive family temporarily. Their bond reignited, but societal pressures mounted. At work, Alea faced a client's suicide attempt triggered by familial rejection, mirroring her past. "How do we heal this world?" she asked Jordan. Together, they volunteered at advocacy groups, channeling pain into action. Yet fate twisted when Elena fell ill. A sudden heart condition from stress. Rushing to the hospital, Alea found the pastor frail in her bed. "The church board wants me out," Elena whispered, "for supporting you." Guilt washed over Alea. Had her presence destroyed Elena's life? "No," Elena insisted. "You awakened me." The diagnosis required surgery, forcing Alea to confront her role in the chaos. As Elena recovered, Alea navigated a promotion at work, but Jordan's art career stalled amid depression from family estrangement. "I miss them," Jordan confessed. Alea suggested outreach. "Maybe time heals." Jordan hesitated, fearing rejection. The decision loomed, testing their commitment. A climactic confrontation arose at a church fundraiser Alea organized for Elena's medical bills. Her parents appeared unexpectedly, drawn by local news. "We've seen the error," her father said stiffly, but his eyes betrayed judgment. Alea stood tall. "Error? You mean loving who I love?" The exchange drew onlookers, Elena intervening weakly. "Forgiveness is key, but so is truth." Jordan supported Alea, but whispered doubts surfaced later. What if reconciling means changing? The fundraiser's success masked brewing storms. Elena's health improved, but the church board voted to oust her, citing moral lapses in harboring Alea. "This is bigotry cloaked in piety," Alea raged to Jordan, pacing their apartment. Elena, devastated, considered retiring. Perhaps it's time for new paths. Alea felt responsible, her presence a catalyst for downfall. "I ruined your life," she told Elena tearfully. The pastor shook her head. "You saved mine, showed me true compassion over dogma." Jordan's reconciliation attempt with her family backfired. A phone call turned venomous. "Choose us or her." Jordan hung up, sobbing. "I can't keep losing." Alea comforted her, but sensed a shift. Jordan's glances at old photos, her late nights working. Suspicion grew when Alea found deleted messages on Jordan's phone. "Who's Mia?" Alea demanded, heart sinking. Jordan confessed. "An old friend. We talked about doubts." The admission felt like treason, echoing Sarah's betrayal years ago. The argument erupted. "You're pulling away because it's hard?" Alea accused. Jordan fired back. "And you're so perfect?" Clinging to Elena like a crutch. Words flew like daggers, exposing vulnerabilities. Jordan stormed out, seeking refuge with friends. Alone, Alea spiraled, questioning every choice. Had she traded one cage for another? Days blurred into isolation. Work suffered. Clients noticed her distraction. A colleague advised therapy, but Alea resisted, fearing more exposure. Elena called daily. "Come home, we'll figure this." But the parsonage no longer felt safe, tainted by loss. When Jordan returned, reconciliation was tentative. "I love you, but I need space," Jordan said. They agreed to couples counseling, a step toward mending. Yet betrayal deepened. Alea discovered Jordan had met Mia secretly. A coffee that turned emotional. It was nothing physical, Jordan swore. But trust fractured. How can I believe you? Alea whispered, packing again. This time she crashed with Elena, who offered wisdom. Love tests us with fire. Some bonds break. Others refine. As Elena's ousting finalized, she planned a farewell sermon. Alea attended, Jordan absent, claiming work, but Alea suspected avoidance. The service was poignant. Elena spoke of radical love, quoting scripture on acceptance. I leave not in defeat but awakening, she declared. Applause mixed with tears, but elders smirked. Afterward, Alea confronted them. Your hypocrisy drives people away. One retorted. We preserve tradition. The exchange fueled Alea's anger, propelling her to activism. Jordan's absence gnawed. A late-night call revealed she was with her family, attempting amends. They want to meet you properly, Jordan said hopefully. Skeptical, Alea agreed, but the dinner was a trap. Jordan's parents ambushed with conversion therapy pamphlets. For her sake, they pleaded. Jordan wavered visibly. Maybe. Counseling could help. Alea's world shattered. You'd betray me like this? She fled, Jordan's pleas echoing. The drive back was a blur of tears. Elena waited, offering solace. Sometimes love means letting go. But Alea's heart rebelled. Confronting Jordan later, accusations flew. You chose them over us, Jordan countered. I'm trying to have both. The impasse led to a breakup, painful, mutual. I can't be half-loved, Alea said, voice cracking. In the void, Alea threw herself into advocacy, speaking at events about her journey. Elena joined, their bond stronger. But scars lingered, trust issues, lingering resentment. A new client mirrored Jordan's story, forcing Alea to reflect. Had she pushed too hard? As months passed, Elena found a new calling in interfaith work, free from constraints. Alea dated sporadically, guarded. Then a chance encounter with Sarah, the old flame, at a rally. I'm sorry, Sarah said sincerely. I was scared. Forgiveness came slowly, a step toward healing. But Jordan's shadow loomed. A text arrived. I miss you. Made mistakes. Alea hesitated, weighing the cost. Advocacy work intensified. Alea testified at state hearings on LGBTQ+ rights, her voice steady despite inner turmoil. Abandonment isn't policy. It's personal devastation, she argued, drawing from her abandonment. Applause followed, but so did hate mail. Reminders of societal divides. Elena accompanied her to one event. Their presence a united front. You've become the healer I always saw in you, Elena said proudly. Reconnecting with Jordan began tentatively. A coffee meetup. I cut ties with my family, Jordan revealed, eyes downcast. Realized they were toxic. Skepticism warred with hope in Alea's heart. And us? Was that toxic too? Jordan's response was raw. No, I was weak. Forgive me. Conversations unfolded over weeks, rebuilding trust brick by brick. Elena observed warily. Guard your heart but don't close it. As they reconciled, challenges resurfaced. Jordan's art flourished in a gallery show themed on identity, featuring pieces inspired by their story. Critics praised, but Alea's parents saw coverage and reached out. Apologetic, changed by therapy. We were wrong, her mother admitted via call. Alea met them cautiously, Elena advising. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. The reunion was emotional, bridges mending slowly. Yet, mended bonds brought new conflicts. Jordan's lingering doubts about commitment surfaced during a trip to Provincetown. What if we're rushing? She fretted. Alea, empowered by growth, responded. Love is a choice daily. Their relationship stabilized, but Elena's health scare returned. A checkup revealing complications. Stress from the old days, doctors said. Alea blamed herself anew, but Elena dismissed. Life's trials shape us. Climax built at a family gathering. Alea's parents hosting, inviting Jordan and Elena. Tensions simmered. Subtle jabs from relatives, Elena's graceful deflections. When an uncle questioned their lifestyle, Jordan snapped. It's love, not a choice. The defense solidified their bond, But Alea's father pulled her aside. "We're trying, but it's hard." Honesty prevailed. "Harder for me to forgive." Post-event, reflections deepened. Alea journaled, echoing Elena's teachings. Healing wasn't linear. Jordan proposed informally, "Let's build a future." Acceptance came with caveats: therapy, open communication. Elena's influence waned as she traveled for work, leaving Alea to navigate independently. A betrayal echo arose when Sarah contacted Jordan for collaboration. Old flames intersecting. "Professional only," Jordan assured. Trust held, a testament to growth. The story culminated in a quiet ceremony. Commitment vows with close friends. Elena officiated. "In love's trials we find truth." Joy mingled with realism. Scars remained. As Alea looked to the horizon, she pondered the journey's toll. Was sacrificing family, faith, and fragments of self worth the authenticity gained? Or does society demand too high a price for love that dares to differ?